Hi, my name is Kevin Clare and I've written 2 novels so far in a series I call the Drama Queen series. The first one is Drama Queens with Love Scenes. The second is Drama Queens and Adult Themes. Ta-da! In another video I will read a couple of excerpts from Drama Queens with Adult Themes. But this is the first of the series about unrequited gay love in the theatre district of the afterlife. Now, when I wrote these books, I centred them around the 2 main characters who are the love interests. One of them is Allan. But what surprised me is that reviewers and bloggers fell in love with one of the secondary characters. His name is Guy the Angel. Sort of an insecure character, but a good friend to have around. Now, I'm about to read an excerpt where Allan and Guy have been out drinking. Now, just to give you a bit of background, Allan is in love with his best friend Warwick, and while they were alive, Allan never told him this. They were roommates. Now that they're in the afterlife, Allan has confided in Guy the Angel that he is in fact in love with Warwick. But at the end of the first chapter, Warwick runs off with a playwright named Pedro, and as the novel progresses we find out that Pedro is not a very good playwright. So this is an excerpt after Allan and his good friend Guy the Angel have been out drinking. Allan, what's the one thing you need to say to Warwick? I just need to tell him that I love him. He knows that, Allan. Think harder. Guy was still dragging me along the streets of the Limelight Quarter. The crisp night air was reviving my spirits, albeit through my drunken stupor. Many colourful folk whisked past, some briefly staring at us as they made their way. You realise Pedro will be there, I said. That's why we're going to call Warwick to come downstairs. You need to talk privately. We arrived outside of their balcony. I rubbed my arms to keep warm as Guy placed his hand on my shoulder. Warwick, I yelled. Warwick, are you there? There was no answer. A couple adorned in bohemian black stopped in their tracks the moment I shouted to my ex-lover. Broken heart, whispered Guy to the interested onlookers. I understand, replied the woman. She looked up to her man. Poor thing. Go on, Allan. Call out again. Warwick! Warwick! I love you! My voice echoed from the building as I looked to my angel friend. He nodded and caressed my shoulder. The couple nodded as well. Warwick, are you home? I need to talk to you. Will you come down, please? Keep going, Allan. I really need to talk to you. I have so much more to say to you. I should never have let you walk out my door the other night. I wanted to talk to you so many times during the last few days, but there's nowhere private at the theatre. Plus, I'd probably break down, which is not a good look when you're wearing white grease paint. A few onlookers came out from their balconies. I glanced at Guy, who was joined by a small audience. Some parents had to let their kids stay up well after bedtime, and their freckled little girl was giggling at me. Her mother shushed her, so she sat on the ground sulking. Don't worry about it, Allan. Just keep going. Yes, we're right behind you, said an elderly lady with bad teeth. You make him listen. Warwick, I love you, and I know you love me. You told me so. You said you've been waiting all year for me to make a move, and as you know, I've been waiting for you to make that move too. You tell him, love, interrupted the old woman. My support team began to chant Warwick's name. I was empowered. I encouraged them to clap in time. They did. There was about 10 of them now, and their support gave me a warm glow in that frosty breeze. However, Guy looked worried. Allan, shouldn't you wait until he comes downstairs? My dear friend, Warwick is a coward. I know he's up there, but he's too scared to come down because he doesn't want to hurt that imbecile's feelings. The very imbecile who tried to hurt me physically during his dumbass play. Allan! No one should ever break your heart, alleged a handsome older gent behind me. Thank you. I turned back to address my ex-lover. Now listen here, Warwick. You told me that you'd been waiting for me to make a move. I did. We made love over and over again under that so-called playwright's nose. And what happens when the going gets good? You freak out. What the hell for? Was the sex that bad you preferred old teensy dick instead? Was it all getting too intense for you? Is that the reason? The crowd became quiet as I felt bitter cold again. Were you too scared of being in love? Too much intimacy for your murky little heart to deal with? Too much real emotion for your juvenile soul to cope with? Too much effort to be in love with someone who's madly, deeply in love with you? Too much... I shuddered. Too much... Guy grabbed me from behind as I felt my legs give way. He eased me to the footpath and shielded me with his wings. I howled before tears streamed down my face. It's okay, Allan, said the angel. This is a big step for you. He doesn't love me, Guy. He doesn't love me the way I love him. I don't think that's true. I began whimpering like a child being punished. So that's an excerpt from Drama Queens with Love Scenes. Don't forget to check out the book trailer, also online for this book. And in another video, which there's a link to, I will read you an excerpt from the sequel, Drama Queens and Adult Themes.